Hey guys, so I wanted to jump on here and just chat about something that I've never even talked about, I feel like, on my channel, or I really don't talk much about it with people in general, and it's growing up without a dad. I thought it'd be good to post this because Father's Day was yesterday, and I just wanted to share my thoughts and the pros and cons I kind of thought about and just what I want to say about this because it was for my entire life. And I just wanted to talk about this because I know a lot of people grow up with single family households, and then a lot of times obviously people do grow up with a two-parent household. So I just wanted to give you my thoughts and my experiences of growing up without a father. So I wanted to go back into depth of why I don't have a father. I did post an adoption story, so I was adopted when I was 1.5 years old. So my mom never got married. She didn't get divorced. She didn't have a husband and he died. Nothing like that. She just never got married, and then she adopted me. I feel like as a kid, you don't really realize that, oh, having a single parent is a little different than some of your other friends. A lot of the people I know have a mom and a dad. There actually is quite a small handful of people that I even know who has a single parent. So I think that's crazy. And just growing up, being 21 now, I've seen kind of a different viewpoint of it from growing up, and just seeing other people's relationship with their parents or just family life in general. It's interesting to see it now than when I was a kid and just even a few years ago. And like with everything, there's good things and bad things with it. I try not to dwell on everything that's bad in my life because there's a lot of good things in life as well. Different experiences aren't necessarily always bad. And so some of the pros that I thought about thinking back in my life is being able to have a stronger connection with my mom. I thought that was really great because we'd always be able to have girls shopping days all the time, and we wouldn't have to try to plan it really well. We could just go up and do it, and we wouldn't need another opinion on it. And seeing a strong woman raise me and seeing what she had to do to raise me and stuff made me stronger, I feel like, and it made me have that work ethic that some people don't have. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And not saying that if you do have two parents, your work ethic isn't as big, but I'm saying just from example from her and how hard she had to work to be able to provide for my grandma when she got older as well as me shows me that, like, well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then it's nice because I don't have to buy a father's gift, so that saves me money there. And it's just nice to be able to have that like cool connection with my mom because it's always just been me and her no matter what. We've always gone through everything together, so I think that's really cool to tell people, and a type of connection that maybe some people don't have. And then there obviously is some cons with it. Not being able to do more like manly things like go out and tent camp. My mom never really is into that. She's just a typical mom. She doesn't do that, so I never really did that. I was in Girl Scouts for like half a year and I did not like it, so I didn't ever do it in that. And I feel like in Girl Scouts you don't even do that in general. And in general, I think it'd be cool to just kind of have that fatherly figure in my life because I have no idea what I missed out. So it's kind of like better to not know than to know and see what you're missing out. So I think that's interesting, and I would like to see how my life would be if I did have a father figure in my life and how everything worked out. Obviously, there's still bad things that would have happened in my life, and there's still good things. It might have been different, but always there's bad and good in your life no matter what. It'd also be cool to have different perspectives on things that I do in my life and not just my mom's perspective. It'd be cool to have like a different perspective and different experiences too, instead of having it be one-sided. So I think that would be interesting to have, that a lot of people have and some people don't have, and I never grew up with having those two different perspectives. And I feel like more as a kid, not really right now because I have other things to do as well, but as a kid it was like sometimes hard because I always saw, oh, people doing other stuff for Father's Day, them posting their fathers for Father's Day on Instagram, stuff like that, and obviously I could never do that. So it's crazy to just think that this one big part of my life is missing, but I'm also not really knowing what I'm even missing out. So it's just weird to have that void of not being able to even do that because I don't even have that option to like post or to celebrate with my dad if I had one. And another thing that's kind of sad is I won't have my dad to be able to walk me down the aisle or do like the father-daughter dance. That is something I'm going to be missing out, but I can do that with my mom, which is super cool too, and just helps me create that even longer lasting relationship with her. So I think that's cool that I am able to have that type of relationship with my mom, which some people may not even have if they don't have a mom, or they might not have in general. And I do feel a little bad for my mom because she always had to be the main provider. She always had to take me to daycare, and it never could have been split. And I feel like she's never been able to have a break until I went to college more and was on my own. But as a kid and stuff, she never even got a break. She never got to kind of pass it on to someone else for a little bit and go take a nice shower and take a day off, stuff like that. And stuff when I was little, I would always see like people with a bigger house and stuff and with more stuff. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to have like a mom and a dad, so then we could be able to have more things. But obviously things aren't the main thing of life. But it was just as a kid, and it's just interesting to think about how it's two full incomes mixed together to take care of the child, but my mom just had her income. So that's crazy to think about too, that we did get by really well, and I feel like we were well off, but definitely we didn't take as many vacations as we could have, and how many vacations other people take as a kid and just in general. So it's interesting to think about that. I don't regret anything of my childhood or anything, and I don't resent my mom for not getting married and having more money, stuff like that. But it's just interesting to think that my life could be completely different if I did have a dad. And I would love to know other people's thoughts of what they think and how their experiences were having a single parent and growing up with a single parent, because I feel like I don't have many friends who just have a single parent. So I think that would be cool to think about. Like I said, I'm not sad or anything, and I don't want this to be a sad story where I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a dad. I missed out on all these things. I had a really good childhood. My mom provided for me. My mom did so much for me to be able to have a happy life, and I really appreciate her for that. And I know every household's different. Maybe you did have a mom and a dad and it was completely not how you think it is, not the perfect happy relationship. So I know everyone's relationships and experiences are different. Not everyone's life is picture perfect. Actually, I don't think anyone's life is picture perfect, and you have to realize that you just kind of take what God gave you and what is given to you in the beginning of your life and just work with what you got. And I just want to know that if you are having troubles with just having a single parent or stuff like that, I would love to chat with you. And if you do grow up with a single parent and aren't loving it, I would love to chat with you and we could talk about that so you could know more of my experiences and stuff like that if you wanted someone to talk to. And before I end this video, I wanted to share what I saw online, which I thought was very weird, of facts that are to people with single parents, which I thought was weird because I feel like I'm literally not any of these. And I honestly read these and got really annoyed. So I don't know what website it was, so I don't know if it's even factual, but they said in a study it was like this. So these are the facts. People with a single parent are more likely to be aggressive, depressed, more likely to have low self-esteem, more likely to do poorly in school, more likely to be incarcerated and to commit suicide, more likely to use drugs. So I was like, what? That is so weird to me because I feel like I'm not an aggressive person, only when I get mad, but I feel like that's everyone. I'm not depressed. I've never been diagnosed with depression. I'm usually a pretty happy person. More likely to have low self-esteem. I feel like that's everyone in high school, and now my self-esteem is really high. More likely to do poorly in schools. I feel like I've always got really great grades in school, so that's really weird. I always have like a 3.5 in high school and in college. More likely to be incarcerated or to commit suicide. I've never been to jail. I have not committed suicide or ever even thought about that. So I think that's so weird that they said that. I don't know. And then more likely to use drugs. I don't do drugs, so that is weird as well. And I just think those are very big accusations to say that they're more likely to do all that. I think it's really how you were raised. Like if you had a really great mom figure or dad figure in your life and they taught you how to be a good child and how to actually like be a good person and a role model, then you're going to do good. I don't think any of these really have to deal with that because I know a lot of kids who are all of these things with two parents in their household. So I think that's weird that I found that random page. I want to share that with you. And if you are a single parent child, I want to know your thoughts on that and if you are any of those, because I think those are weird studies that they found. That's just my opinion. I want to share that with you and get your thoughts on that. If you guys have two parents in your household, I want to know your thoughts on that too. If you've known any people with just a mom or a dad, let me know if these kind of apply to them or not. I think that's just so weird. And overall, I'm really happy in life. Like I said, I'm really happy of everything I've accomplished, everything I've done in life so far, and I'm excited for my future, stuff like that. I'm really happy that I have a good relationship with my mom and that we get through anything together, that we have this good relationship in general, and I see her like almost every day, stuff like that. So I'm really happy in life. It just would have been cool to have a father figure in my life, kind of just get that experience as well. But as you can tell, you get your own unique experiences by having just a single parent. So that was cool too. That's something that a lot of people don't have. So yeah, I wanted to share this with you. Like I said, if you are a person with just a mom or dad, I would love to connect and chat with you more about this. And I hope you guys had a great Father's Day if you celebrated. If not, I hope you had a great day in general. And I've never shared this really with anyone, and a lot of people don't know sometimes, so I wanted to just share this, I guess, on the internet. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys!